And what I like is definitely being exposed is how demonic it is. It's becoming very demonic.
Yeah.
And it's full of pedophiles, and see, they're being run now. The numbers done went up, Lance. It's like 90-something% women, and then you got the effeminate men and you got the gays. So they're really being run by women and effeminate men. And
right.
No real man want to be up in there.
And then
no real man want to date a woman like that, because that's why they're not married, most of them, because ain't no real man going up in there.
Identifying.
Let's go.
You're about to experience the uncensored conversations, stimulating wit, and the thought-provoking wisdom. Bold, raw, and uncut. Right now, on the Lance Scurv Show.
The daughter of Zion.
I'm telling you, she went in hard.
Oh, man. Oh,
I love it.
Yes. I mean, and she's close by too. So she said that, eventually we'll have her down in the studio and on a live show. And so she's close by. So, that came out of nowhere, because that was a blessing, just like connecting with you, brother, because I had got this, I get a lot of phone calls. So I got this phone call and I was like, okay, I missed it. I said, I'll call her back later. Probably not important. And when I connected with her, it was like so powerful. So I said, hey, let's get down. And then the second one that we did was on a whim. And she had made a comment on YouTube and it was late. So I said, oh, she's up. But I didn't want to ring her phone. So I texted her. I said, listen, if you want to, I'm here doing some graphics and stuff. If you want to talk a little bit, let me know, And I hooked it up, and we had that 3 hours and 30-something minutes of fire the last time.
Powerful. That's what I'm listening to right now, right?
Ain't that something?
Yes. I loved it, man. And she touched on everything, too, man. She touched on a whole bunch of stuff, man. And I'm ready. When Sister Shay is ready, or that sister, I'm ready, man.
Exactly.
I don't have a trip. I don't have another trip planned for at least 3 to 4 weeks. So.
Right.
I've just been, working and home, but my process of things are taken care of out here. But
yeah.
I'm ready, Lance.
Yeah,
I'm ready, because it evolves every time you do another show, and it has to do, especially when it has to do with that church situation, man. It just evolves. It's like it's a great wake up call going on, and I'm pleased.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased
for so many people across the board, and just to see how so many individuals react to what many have come on the platform and say what they share. It makes you feel good. I know there's the little entertainment aspect. I'll say some crazy things or title something a crazy way, but at the end of the day, when it resonates with somebody and it validates how they've been feeling and gives them the strength to face it, at the end of the day, man, it's a wonderful feeling. So that's why I want to go in more with this upcoming year on a methodical level, on an engineered level, and talk on different aspects of it, because and other things too, relationships and just esteem, and just hitting at those points that we struggle with, whether it's in the church or not, but especially in the church, that control, man. And it's all over the world. It's on and popping like that over in Nigeria and over in the motherland. It's the same stuff going on all over the world. But I know it's all churches, but for us, there's something special about this thing, man. It's that drug gets us in a special way.
Yes. Especially when a lot of us have had experience, and then these churchified people, but they don't. Well, they ignore it. They know, but they don't realize the people that's doing the exposing and the teaching on what's really going on. Those are people that were involved in it, has been in it. They try to come at us as if we don't know nothing about it. That's like I've never been in church, but yet I got something to say about church, as if I've never had the demonic experience. I've never been in there with the witches and the warlocks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you heard what happened in Charlotte? Was it Charlotte? It's North Carolina. Don't quote me on that. I gotta look it back up. But a girl did a video. It was a child, a 19-year-old boy who was killed. Him and his brother wanted to leave the cult. Mm-hmm. And his family was so involved in the cult, in the church out here, that they beat him, and one of them died. They beat him to death.
Man.
So they're going to court for it. Because he just wanted to leave. He wanted out.
Right. No, but that thing is powerful. And also too, when you think think about community, when you think about a lot of these, I'm not just speaking about being in the South, because it could be in the bigger cities also, but when it is in the South, in a smaller kind of place, even if it's like a place like one of the bigger cities, but it's still small as far as the proximity to the country around you. You know, it's a different feel than New York and Chicago and LA. But when you add in with the church cult experience, remove the church and just speak about community where everybody knows everybody. It's a little slower. You know, people are kind of connected in with each other more. That helps to push it even more, because it's like that church has such power over that place that becomes a social club. There are people going to these churches that really are not really into trying to get their spiritual life together. But not that you have to be there in those wicked places to get your spiritual life together, but those who are on the fringe, who take it at face value before they realize what kind of hell is going on the inside. You know what I mean?
Right. And what I like is definitely being exposed is how demonic it is. It's becoming very demonic.
Yeah.
And it's full of pedophiles, and see, they're being run now. The numbers went up, Lance. It's like 90-something% women, and then you got the effeminate men and you got the gays. So they're really being run by women and effeminate men. And no real man want to be up in there. And then no real man want to date a woman like that, because that's why they're not married, most of them, because ain't no real man going up in there.
Right. See, but the thing is, when you are a real man, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for saying a real man, an authentic man from head to toe. You don't have to be perfect, but a real man in your wiring. It's almost like that is a sin. And I speak about that just in the world in general, especially black men who are conscious and who are strong and who are focused. I'm not just saying conscious and strong, or just spouting things, or strong physically and all about the penis, whatever. I'm talking about a man who is strong in his conviction for his family, for his community, living clean, upright, doing the right thing. They don't like you. On paper, you have all the right attributes, but they don't like you when they see this, because they know in your presence you're not going to go with the dirt that they're doing, church or not. Right. And we need that. But and see, look, that black manhood, that upright black man energy, I'm sorry, that is the thread that holds a community together. That holds a black community together. You try wearing a suit with no thread in it, it's going to fall apart eventually. You get up, you'll be naked in a second. The same thing. To remove that is to destroy our community. So the oppressor loves having it female dominated with his mindset, right? Because our women are strong and we need them, right? I'm not against that. But in that type of Western civilization mentality, Western society mentality, where the black male is minimized, but you can push the effeminate males because they are no threat to your control, because they want your trinkets also. So it's a lot of dynamics going on against black men. And then when you go in the church now, that's just a reflection of what's going on in the outside world. So you got it hard. If you ain't down with let me just say it. If you're not down with getting your dick sucked by one of these dudes, or you're not down for being emasculated by one of these women who want to rule you and honor the pastor as he's running your household, and you got to sit down like you're a non-entity. You're at home and your wife wants to go to church every night. And well, let's see what pastor says about it. Well, what about some oral sex, sweetheart? Well, let's see what pastor says about it. I'm just saying it raw. Like, damn, you got to go to this next man for me to get a blowjob? This is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. And then people got to watch out for that, what the preacher's been using over the years, because I done noticed some stuff down just to keep in my memory. But one of them is, you hear them all saying that all the false teachers, they come up with this, you better respond. Respond now, respond. And it's all to get the money, and tell them if they don't respond now and come throw this money down, that they're not going to receive the blessing. It's amazing that we're falling for it. So respond is one of the formulas they're using, amongst other things. I got it written down at home.
Right.
Whenever you hear a preacher saying respond, you know where he's going with it.
Well, you know what? I'll respond with a bald fist. Hopefully I won't have to use it, but I'll respond by opening my mouth right then and there on the spot and saying what I got to say. I'm sorry, right. Drake. I'm getting more radical. I think that's that old man chip in me. Like, that old uncle at the cookout that didn't, he spoke his mind and people were like, oh, I can't dispute him, but they knew it was the truth. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I was told that I come in a militant way, and I said, no, I don't come in a militant way. I come from personal experience.
Right.
I said, and there are those who can understand it and receive it, and there are going to be those who don't. And I said, for the ones who don't understand, that's on them. That's their personal business. But
exactly.
I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm not going to let nobody shut down or shame my truth.
Yeah, tone it down. That means they're punks and they're scared. And yes, you speak well. You know when to speak. I know when to speak. It's not like I'm running around here screaming at the top of my lungs or running up in church services and pointing my finger and yelling and screaming. No. I'm like that sports car that has a lot of power, and you are also too. Like that sports car that has a slight hum, but it has a whole hell of a lot of power under it, and that hum does not indicate what's going to go on when you put that pedal to the metal. But they're afraid of that. Your very presence makes them upset because they say, oh, God. Even if you didn't say anything during an encounter, just you existing bothers them. Those are the ones who climb up on these videos and listen and cower like, oh, my God. How can we get rid? How can we get rid of somebody like that?
Exactly. You see what some people came in the comment section and what they said, and I went in and corrected them. But one thing I have learned, Lance, I don't fight. I don't do that fighting no more. No. I'm past that. I don't evolve from that. I don't even go and respond to them no more. At the beginning, when I was dealing with it and everything,
understandably,
I went hard on them.
Right.
But now I'm in another place. You know what I mean? I done got healed from that other stuff. I'm doing well.
Yes.
I'm in the process of moving. My transition has just been a great transition, and I'm enjoying where I'm at now. So I don't have to fight. When they want to justify a lie, they can stay in their corner and justify a lie on their own. I'm not going to sit there and feed into that because I'm wasting my energy, and I'm not lowering my frequency for them.
That's right.
They're on a lower frequency than you and I.
That's right. Now, see, you weren't in it as far as being negative, but you were in it as far as waking up and seeing who was next to you. And that's what I tell people. Like even on the parallel of racism, because I do these videos and I have the blog and everything out there. They say, "Man, this one called this one a nigger. Ain't you going to do a story on it?" I'm like, listen, if I have time and I have nothing to do, maybe I'll talk about it. But just like you just said, Drake, I'm not going to sit here and be the person who rants and raves on YouTube every time somebody calls somebody a nigger or every time some teacher does whatever. If I can get a righteous message out of it or response out of it and turn it around, but that's going to keep on going. It's been going on. It's going on. It's going to keep on going. So the same thing with the black church. Like every little thing that goes on when they come at me and attack me, basically when they come at me in the comment section and attack me, I'm like, okay, why am I going to roll around in the dirt with them when I already know what it is that they are? And they're mad because you threw verbal, righteous, holy oil on them and they're burning. Burn! I don't care.
Right.
Where you are right now, Drake, it's beautiful and wonderful because the first conversation we had, I was right there feeling it with you, even though I was not in it with you. As an empath, a person who's sensitive to the feelings of others, I was feeling it with you, and to see you and your strength, not that you were weak, but they were on you, right? You were in the battle. To see you ascend from that and see from over the clouds and they can't touch you, that's the best way to be. So let that be a lesson to the people who are listening to this right now or who will listen to this, because this is being recorded, that you're in it, but there's going to come a time when you're out of it and you won't even, after a while, Drake, you won't even be thinking about it. It'll be a footnote. You'll remember it, but your energies now in your present reality, it's important to you've been blessed. Don't stay there. And you haven't. And many people stay in that place of so many years ago and this happened to me. Yes, we'll never forget it. But you have today and you've been brought from that. And now you enjoy and you build and you grow. There's life after that churchified foolishness. And too many people have not learned that.
Right. And you know what else too, Lance? They try to shut you down and silence you. Okay, like in their mind, okay, enough is enough. You said you done spoke your truth, now shut up. And it ain't no shut, because as long as they keep doing it, we need to continue to
exactly.
And not just the church, but everything. The police, the politics.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I have a sister who's still embedded in that. She's not in a black church, but they're still teaching false doctrine where she's at. And I have nieces that go. I have cousins that are still in that matrix. So as long as they're still in the matrix, of course I'm going to have something to say, especially what I came out of. So I'm going to expose.
Right. It's your job to expose.
Like it or not.
Yeah. See, you've made it off of that spiritual oppressive plantation called the black church. And of course, right, when we speak about it here, there's always going to be somebody who turns around and says, it's not all. We know it's not all, but that thing has affected so many, if not all, in some degree, right? But the thing is, we're not going to sit here and differentiate right now. You have become the specialist on this because of your experience with this. Not that you wanted to, but you've been chosen for this, Drake. The way that you've been wonderfully made. So it's wonderful for you to go back to those plantations and help other people escape. Because I can't do it like you can do it, brother.
Still studying, still learning in my free time, even if I only get 30 minutes to sit and research and read, because, I work a lot.
Yes.
But I'm maintaining. But at the same time, I make sure I'm keeping my mind right and my mind sharp and keep up with what's going on. I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm aware of those things, but it's still much more to learn.
Right. That's right. When you're in school, you don't go back to the same class to learn the same lessons when you've already mastered it. You expand.
Right. Exactly. And Lance, I can't wait to meet your brother-in-law whenever I get in your studio.
Yes.
Oh man, I gotta meet your brother-in-law, man. That brother, man. Let me tell you something. I heard that show twice. I heard it was two of them that I heard. I haven't heard the other one yet, but I got to hear two of them. One of them I listened to twice.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Whenever a person listens to those shows too, that the Most High is using you to bring out. A person can miss something the first show. That's why I always go and listen to them twice, at least, because you can miss something during the first show that you really didn't hear. And every time I go back and listen, I decipher something. I was like, wow, that was powerful. That brother is right.
Yes.
And
yes, he's wonderful, man. And he's evolving so fast, and it's just a wonderful ride. It's just wonderful to just, like, he'll come over, and these are the kind of conversations we have, and it's like, come on, man, let's put this down. So even if he goes, like he's going to sneeze, I'm grabbing the microphone, because that's going to be a righteous sneeze. I'm going to get something out of that. Seriously. And that's the way I am, man, because sometimes things come out spontaneous, and that's with everybody, and that's how I have to travel and collect these things up. So even when I go down more to closer to Miami this weekend, there are people I'm going to be connecting with that have things to share and to say and whatnot. And anybody hearing this, call me, 407-590-0755, or text me. I've been having problems with my phone with the calls coming in for some reason. I won't say it's the government, right? But it's something. Right. But yeah, I'm always open, man. But Brother Keston, man, and when he speaks, you feel that power. And it's not that fake foolishness, because, see, he's had hands-on experiences with so much over the years, and then all of this momentum righteously coming, and there are people out there who say, in the comment sections that, everybody loves him, but there may be one or two, he needs to tone it down, why is he? What do you mean tone it down? Turn around to the people out there who are perpetrating oppression, sitting down like punks, and not saying anything while their brothers are being killed. We're being poisoned with this bad food. The politicians are railroading us a certain way. The injustice system is doing certain things. And the schools are keeping our kids dumb, but somebody speaks out about it and you say, tone it down. Stupid. Yeah.
Yes. Becoming really dumbed down all the way to the athletes, the NFL and NBA players are slaves. But it was something I was going to tell you. I was actually a victim See, a lot of people know my story as far as the church situation and the demonic fellowship situation, but I've experienced the police brutality. I've experienced being framed by a cop, police. I've experienced a child's mother keeping my child from me when I was paying child support and medical support. So when I hear people coming out now, like Hassan Campbell exposing Bambaataa, and they trying to come at him and defend the pedophilia, should I give kudos to that brother? Yes. I don't know that brother's past, and I don't know him. I know me and him got the same middle name, Hassan. But at the same time, and we come from the same place, because I lived in the Bronx also. But what I will say, I give him props for having the heart to be the one out there telling them, oh, now y'all being desensitized and y'all raising that man back up knowing he's a pedophile. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're defending it.
Exactly.
So
see,
I respect what he's doing.
And see, there's so many people out here who turn a blind eye to these injustices. Don't you know that if you turned a blind eye to it and don't try to affect it in a positive way to help that person, that blood is going to be on your hands too, while at the same time you tell somebody else to tone it down? No, we need to, like the young kids say when they get drunk or high or whatever they do, when they say, let's turn up. It's the time right now to turn up. Demonic forces are turning up, and we sitting here, let's just go to church and praise the pastor and go on to the service, and we don't want to cause no trouble because, you know, it's in God's hands now. Well, you're supposed to be God's servant, serve and do the right thing.
Hey, Lance, I told somebody, I said, hold up, you keep, okay, and this was frustrating. This is why I don't even talk to these fools no more. A person will sit and hear, they'll come across to me, are you in church? And I'll say no. So I'll explain why. And then they'll act like they really hear what I'm saying, and here's what comes out. And I just want to bang my head against the wall. Here's what comes out. That's, you know, they churchified. Well, did you just find you another church? So I just explained everything to you with my breath, my energy. And all you can come out with is, did you find another church?
Yeah, so now that's like a slave cutting a noose off his neck moments before being hung, and you get away, and the slave says, well, did you get another noose for massa? I'm trying to break free.
Right. And so I let them know. I said, look, I'm not going to no place every week paying for a man to tell me see Spot run, see Jane run, and then have Jesus on the back while he's going home with all the money. I don't need that. I don't need child school reading. Standing on the stage talking about God told me this and Jesus this, and then at the end of the day, when you leave and you going back to your struggles, he counting money in the back. It's not going to happen.
For real. Your money.
Yeah. Crazy.
Because that's really what it's all about.
You know, it got delusional now. It got delusional. And it's just so many people coming out. They're just so mad that they're being exposed. The enemy is mad. And now they're getting to the point where one girl just made a video, Lance, the other day. She's talking about it's getting to the point where they're going to want to start killing people because they got to find ways to keep people coming in there. They're losing people.
Right. No, yeah. Let me tell you something. It's not past some of these wicked pastors who are part of that hierarchy who want to maintain control over the people's minds for it to subsidize their hoe hopping, their condos, their cars, where they keep their women so they can do their little sex orgies. You see, because I know all about that stuff, so they can't fool me. But I'm not even going to say I wouldn't put it past them. I'm going to say this. I don't know, but I'm quite sure it's already been done, and I'm quite sure it's going to happen again and again. I believe that whenever you cross these people's money, as far as stopping other people from going to church by waking them up like that from this foolishness, they going to put a hit out on you. These dudes are still connected to people in the hood. They got the money to say, hey, see that brother over there? You know, make it seem like a robbery and pop him. Of course. Especially with the internet. Of course. Why you think I watch my back? Yeah. And I watch mine too. You know what I mean? I watch mine too. But I just stay so... but here's another thing, Lance. You can't be afraid. We all going to die one day. Exactly.
Some sooner than others. So these people that are afraid of the system and dying, no, some going to die earlier than others. Now, if you want to die in a righteous way, I'm not dying for no foolishness. It's not going to be over no pussy.
Right.
It's not going to be over no idiotic stuff.
Yeah, no ego stuff. Right.
You heard Drake hanging in the tree. Just know Drake don't do suicide and don't hang in trees. So if you ever got a story, Drake was found hanging in the tree, you already know the real. You already know that man was set up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because I don't do that. That is not my focus. You know, me and my girl have been planning, and our plans are falling into place, slowly falling into place.
That's right.
And
That's
I'm
right.
out here living. You know what I mean? So you ever hear something crazy or something with a cop done stopped me or shot me? No, Drake didn't do anything. It's a setup.
Of course.
So I'm giving you heads up on it.
That's right. That's right. Same with me. And people know my walk. Look, if I'm at work, if I'm not at work or doing something that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm home. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, my time is so tight, and I think that's kind of obvious, but there's no way they're going to come and say whatever. So they got to get me from the inside. So in the meantime, every day, not once a week, once a month, whatever, we do what we do. And again, this is not for ego. This is not for, let's see how many hits I can get on the video. Nah, I live this. I was always a righteous troublemaker growing up. So this is what I do.
Right. And guess what? I was the same way since I was young. I was questioning Santa Claus in my house. My father was talking that, Santa Claus stuff and everything. And I was like, well, I had questions. I was like, when it came to anything, I had questions. Even when I was first brought into the church, I had questions. It just didn't seem right with me from damn near the start. I want to know what this is and why you telling me I need to pay 10%, and why is everybody following one person? Why does one person have authority over everything? Why should I bring my woman to listen to you? I can't get her to listen to me at home. So when I start questioning those kind of things, and I got dogged out for it. You know what I mean? I got dogged out, slandered, everything. He's rebellious. No, it wasn't rebellion. It was just that you didn't want me to be smart. You were trying to dumb me down.
Right.
I didn't allow it.
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean? And it causes whole households to fall. And there's so many fallen, and there's so many single women in there that will remain single only and horny. Mm-hmm. They're following a demonic religious system. It's called adult daycares. I'm pretty sure you've seen in the comments.
That's right.
Video. She said they're nothing but adult daycares, and I thank that sister. And so when you hear me in my comments, I just go with what she said. From her. She said, I call them demonic adult daycares.
That's right.
That's all it is. And then you're bringing your children and raising your children up in that foolery, and then your children growing up confused. Mm. No one's teaching no one how to be righteous, how to just live right. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So there's no way they can convince me to even go. You're going to see me in there if I'm married next year. The way things are going, I may be married again next year.
Congratulations. But that's the righteous trajectory. That's what I already see that. When I came up there and met y'all, I already saw that. You're already connected. You're already, and the way she carries herself and that flow. And man, I already see that. That goes without saying. It's a matter of when.
Right.
And again, congratulations, man.
I ain't been rushing. I'm in the process of moving because I couldn't get her name off the house. So I decided to get a house up. Plus, when you're in a new relationship, I've been in this relationship a year and a half now. And when you're in a new relationship, she doesn't want to be in a house where it was another woman's name on it. You started, like I told you at the first show, she might not be comfortable with that, and I respect that.
Right.
So we're starting our new life somewhere else.
And that's the way it should be done. That's the way it should be done.
I'm in the process of moving, Lance. I done sold half the stuff in the house, so when it's time for me to leave, I'm going to be there maybe 2-3 more months. Mm-hmm. When it's time for me to go, I'm taking one trip, and there ain't no looking back. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting and I got somebody in my corner, man. She thinks about what I like, what I need, and she's there. Yesterday, she got me a brand new pair of glasses. My glasses broke. She took it upon herself and got me a brand new pair.
Wow.
I mean, she does things like that. You know what I mean? So I have a good woman by my side. Every woman has little issues. But, overall, I have a really great woman.
You do?
We both have family members that are caught up in that system, but we still love on them. But as long as it's not imposed on me, we get along fine.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? Don't impose religion on me. Don't impose trying to get me come hear your pastor, because I'm going to tell you about your pastor. See, all you got to do, I make it simple for them. One lady, she said, Lance, she said to me, oh, well, God this, and I forgot how she said it, but I could tell she had really been indoctrinated. So I said, okay, let me ask you a question.
Right.
I said, is he teaching seed sowing? Is he teaching you must pay 10% of your hard-earned money? Is he boots on the ground, leaving that building and go out there on a consistent basis doing real ministry and helping the poor, changing the community?
Right.
Is he doing this? So I was laying it out to her. Guess what? I didn't get no answer.
Wow.
No response. You know why? Because when you give them truth and they don't have an answer for it, then they disappear.
Right, right. Well, it only comes down to celebrity worship anyway. I mean,
yeah,
they become celebrities even if they're not in a mega church. And yes, there are those that are doing the right thing, but now it's getting so out of hand. I gotta wonder about the ones who are doing the right thing. Why are they so silent when they see the others who are not doing the right thing? Why are you so quiet now? Because look,
it's like Marcella said. It's like Marcella said, Lance. It's behavior modification. They and like the sister said the other day when she said how they befriend you, and all I could do is think about what happened. How they tried to befriend me and tried to flatter me when I was waking up. They started trying to flatter me.
Right.
After they seen I was waking up and offering me, would you like to be on the choir? And I looked at them. I said no. They didn't even know I was about to leave. You talking about being on the choir? I'm getting the hell up out of here. They were trying to keep me, but they were able to convince her. And that's why, she's messed up now.
That's right.
Behind it. Religious. It's not going to happen to me, and especially the woman I'm with now. I told her, I said, look, a person who's a consistent churchgoer, it's not going to work between her and I. If it's my pastor, and she's paying 10% of her money, it's not going to happen. So that's how me and my girl still together, because my girl don't go. She doesn't go. Her mother, asks her why she's not in church and everything, and her mother's a beautiful person, but that's something that her mother's going to have to see, and she may never see it. But we're going to love her as our mother, but other than that, we're not getting caught in that system because we're just going in the building, and he's going to be see Spot run, see Jane run, right. Look at my new car, and then say Jesus on the back. Come on. Too fake. Fake, Lance. I can't take foolery and fakery. And you're playing on my intelligence.
Exactly. But why do people submit to this mind control thing with them, man? I mean, what is it lacking in them that they just feel that they have to repetitiously follow the same thing that, like they say, the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. This is 2017. And we're still at the bottom of the rung on so many levels. And yes, there are many people out there doing wonderful things and making gains. And there's some wonderful things going on in the world. We're not doomsayers, but why are these people so stuck when they should look within and stop looking up, looking here, looking to a pastor? Look within and do what you got to do. What do I have to do to get myself up out of this situation? God gave me 2 hands, 2 feet, a brain. We should have more unity. We can get together and move mountains, but we're sitting here running to the church, and the Koreans and the Asians and the Indians, they're doing everything and pulling themselves up, and we're the only ones talking about, we're waiting on the Lord.
Right. Everybody's prospering.
Yeah.
We're sitting back, paying into a system that's keeping us in poverty. That's insanity. That's a form of insanity. You keep doing something that doesn't even work. You know what I mean? And here's another one had me cracking up. Kenneth Copeland, they ran a video back of him. He in there, he done brought the Pope in, the New World Order, brought all that in his church to impose this one world religion. Then he's up there preaching, we're all family here. They playing them videos all over the place talking about we're all family here, but yet you're bragging about being a billionaire from robbing all them people.
Right.
And some women, a woman came out and said her mother died and found out she left all her insurance and her trust that was supposed to go to her kids and grandkids, gave it all to Kenneth Copeland.
Damn.
And Kenneth Copeland was exposed last year as being a 33rd degree Mason. And you know whose teacher Kenneth Copeland is? Creflo Dollars.
Oh!
You know whose buddy Creflo Dollar is? Yeah, Kenneth Copeland and Kenneth Hagin are 2 white guys who are Masons and very demonic and racist. And these are Creflo's teachers, but Creflo got a church full of black people, slaves.
Wow.
Teaching them this foolishness he done learned from 2 white men. It's deep, Lance.
Touch not that anointed.
Yeah. Talking about if you don't tithe, you deserve to die. Really?
Oh, really? So
who's
like fools? Who's going to help that to happen faster? They come at me. You trust me. You try to pop me off, you might get popped first with a fist or something else. Like I said, no, I'm not playing. I don't see these people as, oh, I can't touch them. Look, do what you do, but I'm gonna do what I do. You do what you do, but I'm gonna do what I do. Leave me alone. Right. If we have a confrontation, you decide how it goes down. But it will go down. You come at me, trust me. I mean, just a knee-jerk reaction. There's no hesitation for me. Folks who know me know that. That's the way I've been trained. That's the way I trained myself.
Right. You got the experience.
Yeah.
You got the experience, But, hey, Lance, I just pulled up. I'm going to unload this mail.
Yes. I just wanted to get a few minutes with you, brother, and reconnect or whatever. I figure instead of waiting for the one big time, I'll get 10 little bite-sized pieces until that one big time comes. Because the people love you. We love you. I love you. Miss Scurv love you. Your fiance, great energy to her. God bless her for what she is to you. And God bless you to be more of what you are to her. And I'm looking forward to that. And whatever's going down for me, when that happens, I don't care if it's in a big a place where you have this big ceremony or if it's something in City Hall, I'm going to be there.
All right. You'll be one of the first invited. And this is what I want to leave you with because I'm ready to go in this building.
Yes.
Ever since I got out of that system, I kid you not, while the people I were around, the religious people I were around were driving me into poverty, and I was fighting to stay out of poverty. I've never been broke a day since I got away from that system. I'm not where we're planning on going. We're on our way, but we're not broke. You see what I'm saying?
Beautiful. See, but yeah,
I'm not broke.
Exactly.
So for you tithers, and they're telling you cursed if you don't pay to the preacher master. You better save your money for your kids and your grandkids, and I'll leave it right there.
Beautiful. That's right. Because the tithes that you give the pastor ain't going to help you with Experian when they run your credit check to see if you can get that house or that car. You know what I mean? But Brother Drake, thank you so much, brother. It was on my heart to get to you this morning, and I'm glad that I did. And I'm going to share these words. And until next time, man, stay safe, stay prayed up, and I will be praying for you, and we love you.
All right, love you too. Tell Mrs. Scurv we love her too, and I'll be in Orlando to see you soon.
Definitely, man. Looking forward to it. Peace out.
All right, love you, brother.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Make sure to check out the boldest blog at LanceScurv.com and follow Scurv on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under LanceScurv.